All right, guys, so let's look at pre-market, see what's going on today. Actually, let's pull up the futures. Let's see what's going on with futures. Put that over here. So no surprise. What the heck? My screen keeps, guys. I got all my screens all. Oh, geez, what the heck's going on my screen? All right, you can see this potential. We got to watch a reversal or potential doji candle forming here. No surprise, price breaks out of a huge rising wedge, right? At all-time highs. It's gonna want to pull back, obviously, at some point. So we'll have to see. Today, maybe we'll have to see a possible pullback day. So look down here, right above the 9 EMA, and kind of top of that previous candle here. So we'll see. If stocks, on pullback days, it might be a little bit difficult to find good setups. So we'll have to see what today is going to look like. Let's take a look at the watch list ones. We'll see DPLO. See, DPLO was kind of selling off, but you can see kind of a big bear flag here. If you can get above that 381, watch, it might have some room up to the moving average lines, possibly up into this. It can continue to keep going up, so we'll keep an eye on DPLO. Again, you'll see many from our watch list. They don't have a lot of volume pre-market. They take a little while to get going, and then usually one or two will fire off during the day. And then usually a couple days later or so, something like this one, let's say maybe it'll have a pullback day, give back half the candle, and then a couple days from now, launch, right? So that's why we tell people, keep an eye on the ones on our watch list because they might not fire off right away. They might take a couple of days. Because again, everybody's looking at trade ideas in the morning right now. They're looking at the high gappers. And that's why we say look at the ones on trade ideas as well as the ones on our watch list. Kind of have a screen, like a multiple setup, something like this over here, and keep an eye on them. Let the volume come in, see if the patterns form. And then, if the patterns form and get some volume coming in, then look at the setup. So you can see here, possible cup and handle, a bit overextended. Got to watch and see if it can get above that 1522 area. Then you have possible cup and handle. Might give back some of the candle, may pull back a little bit before it goes up into the gap. So got to watch CEVT. Want to see if it gets volume, gets above that 1520s level, and goes up into the gap. Let's see what else we got in the watch list. BE, this is one that's been on the watch list a couple times now in the past week. We called this one out like way back over here, 324. It's already up to 653. Still a bit overextended, but see that gap still hasn't filled yet, guys. So this is one to definitely still keep an eye on, see if it's going to continue up. You can see when it's in the gap, there's lots of volatility. So if it can get above that 660s level, watch and see if at some point it wants to fill that gap around 798. Again, it might not continue up today. We'll have to see. Maybe it'll pull back a little bit before continuing. But I like this one right here to see if it's going to go up and fill that gap at some point here. So that's BE. And what else we got here? ADXS. This one's got some volume pre-market. You'll see this is for those that like those sub $1 penny stocks. You can see it's kind of bouncing off the MAs. If it can get above that 44-cent area right up in here, watch and see if it goes to fill that daily gap right around, there's kind of a gap right in there around 70, 80 cents. So keep an eye on that one as well for EDXS. If you like those sub dollar penny stocks, I'm not a huge fan of them, but some people are. So that's why we try to give a diverse watch list. And then this one right here, EVH, kind of pulled up, might be doing a cup pattern. Got to watch and see if it can get above that 950 area, get some volume, and then you can see around that $10 range would be some resistance. So at this point, got to watch and see if these will gain some volume and continue up. So these are ones that, like from our watch list, that I would keep on watch, keep on a separate screen. You'll see I kind of have them over here. So we're going to watch. You can see some bearishness over here on these couple right here. Actually, I'm going to move, let's see what I'm going to do. Oh, I actually put CVET on twice. Let me see if DPLO. So I'm going to put this just to show you guys here. I'm just kind of looking to see if, if CVET can get bullish, get some volume, get above that 1520s level. DPLO, see if this one can get some volume, break above 392. BE, this one is up a little bit pre-market, so we'll see if this one will continue with volume. And then right back over here, EVH, see if it can break above that 957 area and continue. So this is where I kind of keep these up on multiple charts, guys. See if the volume comes in, we'll get above those highs, and then we'll take a look and see if patterns form, and we will go from there. Yeah, welcome to all the new peeps coming in. We did some trade room upgrades. We have people going to be streaming mornings and afternoons now for you guys. We have lots of diverse streamers. So if some of you guys like me, great. If some of you guys don't, then there's lots of other people that you'll like coming in. All right. Let me just click here. All right, so that's for our watch list ones. Let's take a look at some of the larger cap ones from our watch list. We have J&J. That's Johnson & Johnson. You can see this one's a little bit crazy, trading sideways. Lots of wicks all over the place. But you can see kind of you could say almost a triple or quadruple bottom. Want to see if that can get above 135. It may be setting up for a possible ascending triangle. If so, 135 up to 138. This might be a good one to keep an eye on. See if that flat top can form and the volume will come in. So for those that like large caps, we do, again, a combination of large caps, small caps. So you'll see me showing both today. This is, again, because you could day trade options, guys, right? So we teach day trading options, small cap stocks, all that good stuff in here. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to find my other screen here. There we go. So just to show you guys, if you're new, this is kind of what I'm doing. I'm just putting them up over here. So just kind of looking at seeing if stocks can break above those previous highs. Oh, that's futures. Nah, I want to keep that one on there as well. But like Johnson & Johnson, you'll see. Just want to see if these will go up and break those previous highs, get volume coming in, or if they reject, pull back, possibly forming a flag for a potential breakout. So we're going to keep, again, those on watch. Let's look at Bed Bath & Beyond. So this one right here may be doing a possible cup and handle on the daily. So if you guys will see right here, you can see a possible handle formation forming in here. If it can break out, watch for some resistance at the top of that cup around $15, right up over in there. Let's see where it is at pre-market. So see if it can get above that 1425-ish area. So this is one, again, to keep an eye on. Possible cup and handle breakout. If it can break above that 1420s, watch for resistance around $15. That's BBBY. And last one would be, what's that? Best Buy, right? Best Buy. So this one has possible ascending triangle or flat top right up top here. This is another one, kind of a double or triple bottom or an overall double bottom. Might be looking to break out. It's a bit overextended, but watch if it can get above that. Let me just kind of remove some of these drawings here. So if you see right here, if this can get above that $77 area, look up for around that $78.48. This is a possible ascending triangle right here. If this breaks out, again, remember, guys, you're looking, if you're a day trader, you can scalp these. If this goes from 77 up to $78, this is a scalp that you could potentially make. If you're a swing trader looking to go longer, then just be aware. You might be in it. It might pop up a little bit, trade sideways. Just be aware of resistance up here, some resistance at 77, and then it could easily fall back a little bit here. So we got to watch the patterns on Best Buy as well. And let's take a look at trade ideas. You guys will see, if you go to bullishbears.com, you will see right up over here. This is me. I was playing good old Elton John earlier for everybody in the trade room. Can't play it on YouTube because we get the hand slap. We have to be careful what you play. So right here on our website, Bullish Bears, trade ideas right here. This is where you'll see the gappers this morning here. And right here, let's take a look and see. Let's look at EROS. So this one is gapping up today. Looks like on some potential news. Pre-market high of 270. Right up over in here. Possible kind of cup and handle-ish. If you can get above that 270s, you know, I'd look at $3, definitely, whole dollar amount. And then kind of go up from there. This one is definitely one to keep an eye on, EROS. And let's see if there's one more to take a look at from trade ideas. MTNB. I don't like that one as much. XNet.
Lucian, real quick, I got to interrupt you here. Okay, peeps, you're not seeing the swapping tabs right here. We do apologize for that. I'm going to send Dan a message real quick. We highly do apologize that you should be able to see day trading and swing trade tab to be able to swap over, but for some reason we can see it on our side and not on and for some reason you guys can't see it. So I'll get with him real quick and we'll get that figured out. Please just bear with us. Thank you.
Right on, Creed. Love it. Excellent. I am not the technical guy for anybody that knows that. I hate technical stuff. So, all right, that's what we're going to look at for right now. Let my brain catch up this morning here for you guys. And morning bell. The morning bell will be coming in a couple minutes. So, again, trying to give you guys a diverse look at things. Maybe I'll just move this over here for right now to show you guys. Have a combination of some of off the watch list. Right here, just remember, you know, if the market opens bearish, you know, many of these stocks might reject highs and then fall. And then if they fall, maybe they possibly do a dip buy reversal at support levels. Got to watch and see. Just remember, again, guys, the market's at all-time highs, so don't be surprised if it pulls back. It's not like, oh, my gosh, a recession. Oh, my gosh, timber. It may go into a recession. It may not, right? You see, I've been seeing all that talk again, guys, right? I say you'll see my last video I did. If you cry recession long enough, eventually you'll have one. But a few months ago, they were saying recession, recession, recession. Gonna be in a recession, and here we are a couple months later, market at all-time highs. Maybe it'll turn into a recession. Maybe it won't. That's why you got to look at the charts and say. Very simple, guys. Don't fall for hype or news. You know, news absolutely affects markets, but just because something comes back down doesn't mean it's a recession. So, all right, guys, ding, 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 bells open, gotta watch and see. Keep an eye on DPLO. I can't see my screen here with volume. Let's see what. Still very low on volume, guys. So this is where you want to see volume coming in. You know, if you can at least get a few 100,000 volume, that's decent. BE might be creeping. So that might be one that slowly creeps and gets some volume. Let's take a look at that one right now. What's BE doing? It's still below the MAs right now. So ideally, if let's say DPLO breaks out, you got to be very careful on this one. So if you don't have a lot of volume and you get in pre-break, there's not a lot of volume to cover you. So that's when I would just let break out, see if it broke out, retest, gets a lot of volume and continues up. But sometimes it's not. Sometimes you might get a dud. All right, let me see on EROS is creeping up. Let's pull up that one. Let's see how the volume is going in that one. So EROS, this is one to maybe look at right here. Boom, it's breaking out. Now watch the retest of 270 if this one holds. This one? Okay, this one's from Trade Ideas. All right, so EROS, that's a higher float stock. At this point now, let's watch and see. Again, that's a 5-minute candle. Let's pull a 1-minute chart up, and now we shall see what happens. Small little candle here, breaking out. Let's see if the retest of 270 holds, because you'll see pre-market highs is 270. So this is where you want to be careful, guys. You want to watch that retest and see if it holds. Sometimes you'll miss it and it'll go and take off. That's where you, again, just be careful. Watch the retest. Is there going to be a retest that holds, or is it going to dump? Right now it's dumping. EMW, I'd like to see on EROS, if I was to look at this, I would like to see a flag off of 270. So I'd like to see a couple small candles here that potentially form a flag and hold 270 pre-market high. That's not what you want to see. So at this point, you want to see if the 9 EMA will catch up, give you some small candles. But right now you have kind of a dark cloud cover pattern smacking right back down. That's where you want to be careful. Just because a stock breaks pre-market highs doesn't mean you get in. You got to see if that retest holds. So you can get in either if you caught this candle right here, you're selling up here. But now at this point, if you miss it, now you want to see if this moving average lines will catch up, give you a possible cup and handle to break above that 270-ish area. So you got to watch and see that. Now watch and see if 270 holds for a possible pennant. So I'd watch that 270 area very, very closely. If 270 holds and you have a small candle that closes above 270, then I would look to see if it breaks above 280s. And then you decide anywhere from $2.80 up to $3 if you're going to take profits. If 280 fails, I would use that 270 as a very important support level. Right now, I'm not a fan of it at the moment. Let me see. Let me look over at our other ones right now. I'm going to put that over here. See, you guys see that right now? So at this point, EROS, it's not closing above 270 right now. So I don't like that. But at the moment, again, watch and see. This one might recover, get back above 270. Maybe it'll form a cup pattern. At the moment, I don't like it. Let's look at the other ones creeping up. EVH, it's not enough volume. DPLO. DPLO is creeping up. BE. Let's take a look at DPLO. All right, so DPLO, this is one I like to see potentially on a 1 minute. You can see you have that high a day right here of 395. See if it holds that 390-ish area. And you can see, actually, no, I don't like it, the volume. That's not the one I was looking at. Yeah. So that's where, again, I have it on my screen, guys. That's why it's very important to check volume. So this was intriguing me that it was creeping up, but I don't like it because the volume's not there. Let's look at BE. BE still kind of trading sideways, looking crappy. ADXS. Okay, so here's the tiny little penny stock one. It's gapping up above pre-market highs. I like to see those clearer flag patterns, guys. You can see big flag pull up, retesting now that 42 cents area. I don't like it. Let's look on the daily. So this is one, though. This is what I wanted to show you guys. Right above that 45 cents area. If it can clear, you can see it's a crappy looking chart right now. Trading sideways. Right above, you can't even really see it in here. There's kind of a gap around 78 cents or so. So this is one you'd like to see if there's a flag that forms. This is where it gets tricky with those sub penny stocks. They get a little bit messy. But right now you want to see if 42 cents can hold. You can see that resistance above at 45 cents. Again, guys, I'm not a fan of trading these sub $1 penny stocks. I put them on because there's a lot of you guys that do. So I'm going to skip it because I'm not a fan of them. Let me do my... So DPLO, guys, it's still moving up, but this is what I want to show you guys. The volume's not, right? So you can see this one's moving up from the watch list, kind of a cup pattern broke out. Now at this point, you got to watch and see if $4 will break and hold. But just be aware. See, this is one, it's not a lot of volume, right? So you'd like to see at least a few 100,000, like something like BE. This is one I would keep an eye on, but again, the pattern's not forming. So this is where, just because something's going and potentially going to break out, you want to see volume, right? So at this point, I'd like to see $4 break and hold, and then see if it gets a lot of volume, gets a few 100,000 volume or so. But right now, it's not. What's up, Nadine? How you doing? Looking at some of the other ones from the large caps. So just to show you guys, I'll bring my screen over again, what I'm looking at. So CVET might be going red to green. Let's see if there's any volume on that one. Still not much yet. So with CVET, might be going red to green. Watch pre-market highs right there of that 1509. So possible cup pattern. See if that 15 will hold and form a possible cup and handle and get some volume to come in. Looks like Best Buy or Bed Bath and Beyond might be creeping up. So right now, look at 1510-ish area. If that can break and hold, so you see some support around 15, 1509. Watch and see if you get a flag or so. So this is where I'd either wait, if I was looking to break above, wait for a flag to form right above 15, or let it break out, let the retest form for possible continuation. Again, we'd still like to see more volume. It's still kind of low on the volume at the moment. And let's look. So CVET, possibly intriguing. I'd like to see it a little bit stronger on a 1 minute. I'm not a huge fan of those wicks like that, especially right there below that 1510. That might be a double top. Got to see if that 15 will hold. So again, watch and see if a flag port formation will form right above that 15 for a possible breakout. If it breaks out, if you were to look for an entry on this, you'd like to see it break above 15. See if volume comes in. If it does, then it breaks out, you want to see 1510 hold. If so, then that one might be one to look at. BBBY from the watch list. This one looks like it was starting to creep up. You can see it might be sneaking up there. Want to see it break that 1425 area. So at this point, you want to see if there's a flag that's going to hold above 1420s or if this thing's just going to dump. And it's dumping at the moment. So remember, guys, when you see this, you got to ask yourself, what is the market doing at the moment? And if you look at the market, let's take a look and see what it's doing. It's dropping or pulling back. So you can see futures is orange dotted lines right there. Futures are bearish right now. So again, you know, if you're trying to go, let's say bullish when the market is bearish or a bearish open, it gets a little bit more difficult to do that. So these ones got to play out. All right. Go back to Eros. And as you guys can see from what we were talking about earlier, it didn't hold that 270, dumped back down. Now, this is where you might look for a possible reversal off that 200 SMA, that black line. It might be really quick. Just look for, you know, if the reversal right back up to the, right up that 244-ish range, right at first stop, right around that 244 right here. I personally, if I was to do a reversal, I like to see a little bit more room. But we can watch this possible tweezer bottom might be reversing up. Now, as it's moving up, watch right around here, some resistance right around 240s or so. Also watch the candlesticks, see if they reject. Right here, you can see kind of a double top reversal. It sneaked up above this previous high right here in the pre-market, smacked right back down. So now you can see, call that like a double top-ish pattern, and you can see that 240s area, very important. So if you risked off a quick scalp off that 200 SMA, now you got to be aware of resistance right up in here. See if it can hold the top of that 240 candle right here. And now at this point, got to watch and see if there's any potential reversals coming. And you can see right there, right on that 20 EMA in a 5 minute, and you have the 9 EMA in a 1 minute. So you got to watch these candles. Possible reversal down forming. Got to see what happens with that 1 minute candle. And that's a doji, possible reversal. Got to watch and see. Who's adding me? AG can... All right, let me take a look at AG. So this one right here, again, just was just show you guys possible right here. I like to see more room. This is reversal. I'd be careful on this one. I'm going to look and see what else is going on. AG, ENW was talking about AG. Did you say AG? Oh, I did the wrong one. Let me see. Let me take a look at CVET, Josh. So you can see some resistance right around that 1071 on the 1 minute, 1085 right up in here. There's some resistance in there. Possible, you can see, yep, right off the 200 SMA on a 5 minute. Let's look at a daily chart. So a daily, you might have a possible bull flag. First Majestic, that's silver, right? Possible bull flag on a daily. Possible inverse head and shoulders. If it can hold that 9 EMA down here around 1050, this one might have a possible right there. So that might be doing a possible bull flag. If it can break out, then look right around that $11 range. So possible daily setup forming. Josh, let me take a look at CVET. Yep, that's taking a big dump. So this is the perfect example of what I was trying to tell you guys from our watch list, right? You see this all the time where, our watch list, we put stocks that are holding their highs going near to a potential daily breakout. So you can see it's forming near a possible gap on the daily. Very important, right? So a lot of times what you'll see in our watch list is it won't break out right away. It might have a couple pullback days and then go and launch. So this is one, no surprise, it's giving back I'd watch right down here, see if it gives back half the candle before it goes, or it might dump back down. It might have a few pull back days, and then you might look at this a few days later, and then it forms a bull flag on the daily and then breaks out. So right now it's pulling back. Again, watch half that candle or so, see what it does, and you can see some support right around that 1380s. But at the moment, not looking so hot. Kind of a double bottomish pattern or double topish pattern. See if it can hold 1460s. Yeah, right down in this area, 1450s. So, yep, CVIT's not looking so good right now. Let's look at some of the other ones. Eros. So going back to EROS. You guys will see it did that bounce, and now it's been trading sideways, and it's just kind of catching people at the moment. So not looking so hot. ADXS, right at that critical resistance level of that 45 cents. I'd look, honestly, if I was looking at, if it breaks above that level, like I was showing you guys in the daily, that 45 or so, you want to look really about 50 cents, see if it can ideally break 50. So at this point, if it breaks 45, see if it can hold and then break above 50. If it can clear 50, then look for that daily gap and see if it'll go up there. Glad you love it. Glad you like it, Nadine. It's good to see you, or good to see her talking. All right, so lots of Garbaccio today. Garbaccio. DPLO. Might be a little intriguing. So at this point, DPLO slowly creeping in volume. I'd like to see more. At this point, you want to see it clear that $4 marker. I'm not liking the pattern at the moment. I'd like to see it again stay above that 390s. See if a possible flag will form here on the 5 minute. See if that 9 EMA will catch up and go and ideally break above $4. So this is one I'm keeping an eye on. I'm not liking it at the moment, but need that 9 EMA to catch up and see if it could push it above 4. EVH. Yep, so you can see, guys, this one's moving up again, but no volume. So the volume's not there yet. BE. Came back and retested, right? So pre-market went up, coming back and retesting right here. Previous high on Friday. So this is one to keep an eye on because I think it's in that gap on the daily. So right up here, you can see that daily, it's in the daily gap. So once it's in the daily gap, there's lots of volatility. So at this point, see if 660 can hold. If it can hold this area, we'll watch for a possible, maybe it'll form a possible cup pattern. If not, it's going to dump. Just remember, guys, again, today's bearish so far. So these plays right now are not looking so hot. Let's look at BBBY. Dumping. But so this is where, again, I want to show you guys, just because something's pulling back, don't sleep on it. Because right now, if you look on the pattern of BBY, Best Buy, right? So Best Buy right now, it's pulling back. So we put Best Buy on there for holding its highs. It didn't go up today. But just keep an eye on it. It may form a cup and handle. So this is where, again, something on our watch list might take a couple pullback days, form a flag, and then launch. If this holds the 760s area, this might form a cup and handle. You might have a bull flag within a cup and handle, and then it might go and launch. So keep an eye on it, right? So it comes back, gives back half the candle. Got to watch and see what happens. Johnson & Johnson, this one's dumping as well. No surprise, giving back half that big candle. This one's been choppy, so we'll see. It's either going to dump or the 9 EMA will catch up, and then it might form, possible. This one's really all over the place with the wicks. Just keep an eye on it. See if it'll form a possible flag and continue up. That one's a little bit bearish at the moment as well. And Bed Bath & Beyond, that one as well. Show you guys, just because it's pulling back, the pattern's not over yet. Cup and handle-ish on the daily. It's hitting resistance. Market's pulling back. It's giving back half that candle. Now watch and see if it bounces off the 9 EMA and holds for a breakout or if it's going to fail. So everything's looking like crap right now, But market's pulling back, and patterns, many of them are still in play. Let's take a look. KRTX. Let me take a look at that one. Hey, look at that one. Karuna Therapeutics. So, if you're new, first thing I would tell you, if you see something like this running, if you're brand new to trading, I would say, hold up, wait a minute. You don't buy it. It's super overextended. You can see it broke out, kind of had a double bottom breakout from pre-market. This thing's got to pull back. It's going bat bleep crazy. It is at all-time highs. So this one, I'd wait for a reversal. This thing's way out in no man's land. It just keeps going. This one's really launching. But this is what I want to show you guys if you're new. Just because a stock is like flying and ripping like this, like it has no previous highs, so it's at all-time highs. It keeps running and it's way overextended. At some point, this is going to pull back. You know, look down right around 47 level. It just keeps going. Watch for the reversal. So this is where a lot of new traders will buy way out here and then they'll get trapped. So this is where you got to be very careful. This would be out here, would be resistance. So don't be surprised if that one pulls back at some point. Let me take a look at AG. This one's creeping. Bounced off the 200 SMA. This is silver. Possible cup and handle on a daily. Yeah, cup and handle-ish on the hourly. So if this can break out around that 1070s, look around 11 bucks as resistance. Possible double top pattern here, guys. So you got to watch for some support right around that 1060. So if it can't break 1073, then you have a possible double top. So this is one that can go either way at this point. Watch and see if there's a flag here on a 1 minute or if it's going to dump back down to support and form a double top pattern. So this is where things could be subjective, guys, where our mind can, you know, we can see one thing and it could be another, right? So you could see this and be like, ah, that's a bull flag on the 5 minute. But then if you look at the 1 minute, it might be a double top. You can say, oh, that's possible bull flag here, but it could be also a double top failure, right? So that's where risk management comes in. That's where you can decide, you know, if you had taken an entry on this one right over here on AG, you could use a close below that 1065 as your stop, that 200 SMA. But at this point, it's showing some weakness. So if you got in pre-break of that 1073, 1065 could be your stop. Or you could wait for it to break out above 1073, get volume, watch for a retest. If the retest holds, then you could decide for an entry and use a stop below 1073. Does that make sense to you guys? We'll give it a watch for a couple moments, see what's going to happen with this one. DPLO might be creeping here. I might take a look at that one in a second. So this one's starting to get some volume. It's near $4. So it might be building a possible ascending triangle. Got to watch and see. So there is kind of a red. I like to see more of a greener hammer, but there is a hammer right above the 9 EMA. So this is one right here. You got to be watch and see if it'll kind of move up and form a flag and get that 9 EMA to catch up. At this point, you can see right here, kind of draw your trend line-ish right here. So you can see if it can hold, get that 9 EMA to catch, push price ideally above $4. If it can get above $4, then you guys can see, right, it's kind of right, some resistance right around that 439. So you can kind of see, just draw your, right, kind of a possible bear flag up to the MAs. Got to watch and see. So this is, again, we like to see patterns, guys, right? So this may be an ascending triangle. Got to watch and see. Possible flag. You can see a possible flag on a 5-minute. Let's go to a 1-minute again and see. Maybe, this is possible flag formation holding. If you took any entry on a stock like this, I'd use a good guide right around that 395. If it starts to break that trend line, keep a tight stop on it. I'd like to see it get up a little bit further below that four, or you can wait for it to break out, get volume, let it retest $4. So let it see if it can break out and hold $4, retest, and then you might want to consider an entry, because this is where you could get trapped. But let's watch it for a moment and see. You can see possible, again, this could go up, might form an ascending triangle, or it can end up failing as well. I love seeing everybody in the trade room this morning. I'm just looking at some of the other ones on my watch, guys, and see if anything else. Maybe Bloom BE. Keep an eye on BE right now. This one's creeping up right now. Possible on a 1-minute, possible cup and handle-ish. That's one that's interesting. I'm probably going to look at that one in a moment. So BE and DP. Let me move this over. Let's do this. So as you can see, kind of BE maybe creeping up over here, guys. Keep an eye on 690 and then $7 resistance. You can see moving average lines are crossing, so possible cut pattern forming. And you can see possible DPLO moving up. But again, on days like today when the market's bearish, you might be better off just letting it break out, getting a retest. So kind of just see if it can break above 4, get a retest and hold, then maybe take an entry. Because this could easily fall back down right now and just smack back down and get a double top pattern. BE is an energy company, so that might be a little bit, I think they're, Bloom Energy. That could be a little bit different, but it's, you guys, as you guys can see, there's not really, watch out for 690 with resistance here for BE. Things are not really clean today, guys. As you can see, it's very messy and choppy. Again, as you can see over here, the market is bearish. So getting bullishness when the market is bearish gets a little bit challenging. But at this point, watch DPLO, see if it can break out over $4. Get volume, and then watch if a retest can hold 4. Then see if there's a bull flag off of $4 that might hold. Or if you got in pre-break around 398, I'd use that 398 level as a stop if it doesn't break out. At a critical level, as you guys can see, if $4 doesn't hold, it could easily form a double top failure, and then it could easily go back down. Look some support around 392 area right here. And you can see gravestone candle right under $4. Don't be surprised if it retests right back down here. Some support again at 392, resistance at $4. And as you can see right here, BE rejecting right now below 690. Now you want to see if the flag pattern will hold, get this 9 EMA to catch up for a possible bull flag, and then you can see maybe a cup and handle, or it can turn into a double top and then fail, and then you can see some support right down in these areas here. So at this point, guys, if I was again looking at DPLO and BE, I would rate on DPLO for a break of $4 to see if it'll hold. And BE, I'd like to see it get above 690. Oh, there we go. Now 690. Watch for retest on BE at 690. I'd like to see a flag hold. Now you can see a possible inverse head and shoulders on a 1 minute. 690, very important area. Watch for a back test of 690 for a possible flag. I'd like to see it hold 690. As you can see, it just poked up real quick. So I'd like to see a flag right here, and you can see there's weakness now on BE on the 1 minute. So I'd like to see this thing move up, come back and retest 690. I'd like to see a bull flag, then maybe get an entry here, and then look at $7. You know, I'd use 690 as a stop area, see if it can break $7. But right now, see that, guys? It's weakness now, and it's got to contend with that wick up here. And you can see DPLO still struggling right here. So those, you know, again, like I said, on BE, I'd like it above 690 for a possible flag. Not getting it yet. In DPLO, I'd like to see it above $4. Not getting there. Maybe creeping on BE. But I like to see cleaner flags, guys, right? I'm not seeing a clean bull flag at all right now. You can see kind of there was a flag-ish right here. I'd like to see it a little bit cleaner. But it's just very choppy right now. Hey, Frank, yeah, we sent out an email about that, bud. Just check your email. So we brought everything in-house for you guys into one room. And yes, we will be having morning and afternoon streams for you guys. All right, so keep an eye on BE now. See if it can hold. Possible pennant right here. I'd like to see it cleaner. So at this point, if you were to look at BE, that 690 is just a very, very important support level at this point. Just be aware it's a little bit far away from that 9 EMA. So you want to see it hold there, and it's still showing some weakness. You can see DPLO, it's failing the trend line now. So keep an eye on BE, watch what that does. All right. All right. Josh says, very new to trading and trying to wrap my head around the basics before taking a class. Do you have any tips on things to learn on your own to be ready for a class? Very good question. If you just go over to our website, the link's below, Bullish Bears. If you want to take, we have a free membership over here. We have thousands of dollars of free courses over here. So you can just put your name and email in and get a free account, and you'll get access to thousands of dollars worth of our free courses. So we give you lots of content to help you. All right, so now at this point, hopefully that helps you, Josh. Right here, as you guys can see, it's failing that 690 area on BE. So now watch and see, right here, we want to see, is it going to form a possible flag or a pennant pattern right here? So it's kind of do or die time, right? See, now it's kind of moving right up there. Now it's kind of trapped right at that 695 level, right? So now at this point, watch for the retest of 690. or this thing may take off, needs to get above that 695 level right now. So guys, me personally, I don't like any of this stuff right now. I like clean bull flags. I'm not seeing any. Or clean bear flags, right? So I like clean bull flags or bear flags. So this is stuff I like to see to show you on the opposite angle of things, since things are bearish today. Let me show you guys. Again, you have to be able to short or get short locates. You know, stuff like this. TD Ameritrade sucks for shorting. So you guys see this kind of flag down, back to the moving average line, short it down, back to the moving average line, short it down. So those are what I like to see. I like to see clean. Interactive brokers, they're a really good broker for shorting, and they're economical. You don't have to have a lot of money to start an account with them. But as you can see, guys, you know, these are, if you're comfortable risking off of this, you know, it's many times it gets, if you can get caught up in this, I just don't like that. I like to see clean, right? I like clean bull flags or bear flags. But you can see there's kind of a pennant within an inverse head and shoulders breaking out. So now at this point, 690 support, $7 resistance. I'd like to see the moving average. At this point, if this was me, I would wait for a break above 7, retest and hold for continuation, or watch if $7 holds, see if that 9 EMA will catch up and possibly give you a bull flag for a break of 7. Don't be surprised if this thing falls back down right at the beneath $7. You guys see the patterns, right? So possible inverse head and shoulders, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, neckline. There you go. Now you want to watch right here, $7 hold. You want to see 7 hold, watch for a possible bull flag. Then I would use $7 as a stop. I'm actually going to switch over to a big screen for you guys. You're welcome, Josh. BE, over 1 million volume. This one's been on our watch list now. Look right up at this. Let's reset the drawings. 725, look for resistance right up in there. Up there, and right in here, 706, $7. All right, so let's watch this. Don't be surprised if this pulls right back down. So at this point, on a 1 minute, I'd like to see a bull flag retest of $7. Right now, it's tweezer topping, right back down. You guys see that? So far, there's no bull flag. You have tweezer tops right back down to the moving average lines. Smack right back down. Watch for some support right around that 694. Showing weakness right now around that 695 level. You guys see that, guys? So if you were looking back, there wasn't really a clean bull flag. You had a little bit right here. If you wrist off this candle right here, 692, it broke $7. The moment it started showing weakness up here, you would consider taking your profits. But then right down here, $7, close below this. This is where, again, we can't tell you when to take profits. That's up to you and your risk management. But, you know, I personally, I didn't like the cleanliness. I showed you guys there was possible entry here. I didn't like it as much. I like cleaner. So right now, I don't like anything at this moment. We're going to take a look at something. We'll see what else is running in the morning right now here for you guys. But BE, this is one I'd reset. I would keep a look and see if this right here, see if it forms a bull flag on a 1 minute and continues up above that $7. Be aware of 725 resistance. Now this is where you can get trapped. Right below that $7. See if it gets above $7 and holds, and then gets above that 705 area. AG, let me take a look for you. Just keeping an eye on BE for a moment here. So $7, guys. I want to see 7 hold. Creeping up. You guys see how 7 is so important? You see how it fails $7, rejects again, comes back up, hits it again, falls back down, comes back up again, and it's struggling. $7, very, very important resistance level. Let me take a look at AG for you guys. So AG, right there, another one, rejecting right at that 1073. Now you want to watch and see, is it going to form a bull flag off that 1 minute? So you want to see right here, is this going to be a cup and handle for a bull flag break? 1073 important resistance level, and that 1068-ish area. Right around here, you can see it broke out, but now it's struggling right at the top of high a day over in there, that 1072 area. So it's creeping. You want to see that 1073 if it can break and hold that. Just remember, guys, getting in on days like today on things where the market's shaky, you'll see a lot of times, like if you're not getting a really good entry below, trying to get in on something like this, you can get trapped. Guys on YouTube, we actually have a live trading room. So those of you that are watching on YouTube right now, this is a delayed stream. We're showing you guys this, kind of giving you an idea of what we do in our trade room each day. So I actually have 2 screens up back and forth. So we have people in our live trading room where we're asking questions. I'm not sure what Frank's question was, but not sure, Stefan or Steven, if you're in our live trading, but just kind of giving you guys a little teaser stream here to see, are the bullish bears? Are we legit? What are we teaching? As you guys can see, guys, I've been talking nonstop now for an hour. There's many trade rooms out there that go and play video games, put you on mute, and then pop in every 15 minutes or so. They would look at a market like this and be like, market sucks. Crappy day. And then they go silent for another 15 minutes, probably play some video games, and then come back again and say, market sucks. And they come back after playing some video games. And what's up, bros? It's true, guys. We've been there. Yeah. So we try to show you guys. We try to show you guys the goods and the bads. Today it sucks. Today it's Garbaccio. BE, what I tell you, right, guys? What I show you guys, right? That's $7, not holding. So Garbaccio. So BE's Garbaccio. ADXS. The crappy old penny stock. That's holdings 45. Possible cut pattern, that 48 cents. Resistance, obviously, guys, just put 50 cents. Just get it in your mind. It's got to get above that $half amount. Guys, trust us. We've been in other trade rooms. That's what they do. Cool. No worries, Stefan. So once in a while, we'll do live streams on YouTube for you guys. If you want to try us out, we do have a 14-day free trial where you can, if you don't like us, you can quit and leave. Tom Brady says, I was in one trade room where I felt the speaker would scoff at those asking questions, especially the new guy / girl. That's when I found bullish bears. Awesome. Guys, we've seen a lot of it. Here, let me give you that right now, guys. Give me 1 second on the YouTubes. Right up here, if you want to try us out, here is the link for 14-day trial. Right there. That'll give you guys a 14-day trial. Right here. Yeah, guys, I'm telling you, we were in the, we first started out, there was I'm not even joking when I said the video games. Hundreds of people in their trade room. Hundreds. There was hundreds of people in their trade room. I still remember the day. Like Dan and I would get a kick out of it, right? You'd go in, hundreds of people in their chat room, and then there was a person on the mic. I remember it was probably days like this, right? Where it's crappy, there's nothing to look at. And I just remember it'd be like, all right, guys, looking here at what's moving. Yeah. Not much going on. I remembered, I think it was at least a couple times saying, this market sucks, like that. And then they would go on mute again. And I know for a fact they're playing video games. I just know it. so go on mute, go back to playing video games. And then 10, 15 minutes later again, yeah, guys, just looking at the market. Yeah, again, market sucks. All right, I'll let you know if anything to look at. And meanwhile, you just have hundreds of people sitting there. It's true, All right, let's take a look through, see if there's anything to look at. Dumping. Dumping. We'll look at some large caps as well. So again, guys, if you're new joining the stream, if you're wondering why everything's crappy right now, look at the market. You see that orange dotted line? That's previous close. Price is below previous close. That means bearish, so far, bearish day. Might be, if you look here, guys, possible, maybe. See if it can hold this 31.13 area. You might have an inverse head and shoulders. Got to watch and see. It may reverse and turn around. But as you can see, going to the daily, market's at all-time highs, no previous resistance levels. It's going to want to pull back down. So don't be like, oh my gosh. I'm sure there's lots of news out there today. Oh my gosh. I'm sure somebody tweeted something and the market's coming down and they're going to say, oh my gosh, a recession's happening. And meanwhile, who the heck knows if a recession's happening? All I know is market's at all-time highs. It's got to pull back at some point. So that's where I try to tell you guys, right? Just because the market pulls back doesn't mean it's a recession. I'm not an economist. I don't know when the heck a recession is going to happen, but all I know is back here and right here. All that talk about recession. Well, guess what happened now? No recession. Will one eventually happen? Yeah, probably there will. We just don't know. Could happen today, tomorrow, next week. I don't know. I'm not an economist. All I know is there was this huge recession here, and meanwhile, we're at all-time highs. Pay attention to the charts, guys. Volume on AG. Let me see. AG, there you go. So now it's creeping, and it's creeping, and it's creeping. That's for Dr. Dre for you guys that know creeping. All right, so at this point, let's clear the drawings. Watch for 1085. Watch for some support here right around that 1077. So now watch if you can get a flag and see if it'll hold. Possible daily breakout. Look right there on 11 as well. So if you're looking at this one right here, you want to see if that 1080s will hold. You see that flag breakout at this point. If that 1077 will hold, continue up with that 1085 resistance, and then look for $11. So 1085 resistance, $11 resistance, some support around 1077. Oh, guys, my voice. Are you guys cool if I go? I don't have video games. You guys cool if I go play? Maybe I get a video game set. What's a good video game system to buy? So careful right now. 1080 right here now. Watch for a retest of 1079. See a little hammer. It's a further away on the 1 minute. But I want to see it hold there, that 1080s at the top of this 5-minute candle. Just be aware of 1085 resistance and then $11. So guys, this is what I'm, just to show you guys kind of what I'm looking for. I haven't really seen much of it this morning because the market's kind of bearish. But if I'm bullish on something, I want to see stuff like this right here. I want to see bull flags kind of like this. I'd like to see it closer to the moving average lines right here. You can see this is a little bit further away. If you did risk, and now it's a higher price stock, so and it's more legit, so it's not a penny stock. I probably wouldn't risk on a penny stock way out over here, but on something like a large cap, I might risk it a little bit more because it's just a little more legit than a penny stock. But I like that bull flag, small candle, risk, and then you could ride the 9 up over here. But I like the bull flags, right? Stock moves up, pulls back, small candle break, and then you decide right up here if you're going to take profits or you're going to wait for a candlestick close below the 9. For those that are watching, you guys will understand, right? You guys hear me drilling those bull flags in your... Let's see, what do you guys say? Lucian, give us some rant on weak stocks. On weed? Like, are you... Oh, did you mean weed stocks, Raph? Oh, boy, weed stocks. So watch for... Yeah, I'll give you... Yeah, we'll go on some pot stock rant in a second. Remind me, I'll show you guys right here. Keep an eye, that 1085 resistance right up in here. So some support right around 1080, resistance around 1085. No surprise, because this little candle right up over in here is going to, right in that pre-market, past affects future, guys. So you can see what happened over... Where the heck was it? What happened over here a couple pre-markets ago affects the future. You can see at this point now, it's far away from that 9 EMA. Now watch and see if the 9 EMA will catch up and it'll bull flag or if it's going to continue up. Weed stocks. Nadine, cool. I would ask Dan's more of an expert on them. You're welcome. LK, hi a day. Let's see. All right, so LK high a day broke out right over in this area here, that 27.26. Let's see where that puts you on the daily. All-time daily highs. Let's see if that's weekly or monthly. So LK is at all-time highs. So this is where, if you're new, very important support level at 27.28. So guys, if you're new, don't buy out here. That's where, again, see, this is the stuff we're looking at, guys, right here. This is the stuff we look at. Look at that 5 minute right here, so you can see all-time highs right up here, 27.27. Then you have that that pennant-ish right here, moving average lines cross. You risk on the break of a candle like this, and then out here you decide when you're going to sell it. Watch for a possible reversal candle, right? But a new traders, they're going to buy right here. That's where a new trader is going to buy. See that pause? They're going to listen to some chat room pumping. They're going to buy way out here. at a top. It could still keep going up, but they buy at tops. Don't buy at tops of flagpoles, guys. Watch for pullbacks. And if if it keeps going, then you miss it, right? If you miss it buying at the, if you're like, hey, I didn't buy at the top of the flagpole and it still keeps going up, well, so what? There's always another stock that's going to be running. Don't chase. Love it, Nadine. All right, let's take a look at what do we got here? Right on. What about setting a trailing stop loss to catch the top? Yeah, so that's all a matter of your preference, guys. Again, everybody, everybody's different, right? So everybody has a different trading style. I'm not a huge fan of them, but yes, you can do trailing stop losses for sure. I just don't like them because obviously a lot of the times exactly, Creed says. Yeah, they take some time to master. Yeah, it's just because whether people say it or not, they get triggered. Market makers, or whether they're not purposely doing it or whatever, they know where people are going to place their stops, right? So you'll see many times they'll just smack down a stop loss and then it'll take off again. So if you have to because you're at work, understandable, make sure you kind of put it in a place. You got to watch it, right? So don't just be like, oh, let me just get in and put a stop and then it's ideally you want to get in and out on your own, but if you have to set out a stop at work, totally understandable. Make sure that you're super comfortable trading first and you practice in a paper account, and then kind of put your stop losses, like if it's a whole dollar amount, maybe you give yourself a 5-cent buffer or so. It's got to be very careful. Jack, you're welcome, DeAndre. Jack, we absolutely trade options. Today we're trying to show, guys, we moved everything into our trade room, our single trade room right now, but in our trade room we do day trading and swing trading. We do lots of options, like tons of options. In the morning, today I was showing you guys some small cap stocks. I try to kind of keep it kind of diverse for you guys. So we do have a whole swing trade room. Right now, people are talking in the swing trade room. And then in the afternoons, we do a lot of streaming. But we bounce. I personally like to day trade options. So I'm more of somebody that likes day trading options. I'm not a huge small cap fan myself, but we try to show because, again, a lot of people come in the mornings and they want to see the small caps. But now that you said with options, let's tell you guys, let's switch over a little bit and talk about some large caps. So let's focus on some large caps and see what's going on. So actually, let's go to Disney, see what the heck Disney is doing from last week. So for those of you guys that were watching last week, we said with Disney, watch for a rejection at 150 down. You can see it's bouncing back down. So you had a couple of days where 150 down to that 145. That was a nice move back down. Now, perfect example, guys. 145, very important resistance level or support level. And now I would go over in here, and now you got to see that 146 level right in here. Come on. Oops, there we go. So you can see that 146, whatever that level is, right here, right below here, previous all-time highs, and here it's bouncing right around that 145. Now you want to see if it's going to hold a flag on the daily and continue up. Needs to get above this level right here, that 146.77, and then resistance at 150. Just be aware, price is really overextended. These are ones where you can get trapped and be careful. But, as far as day trading, so now there's all different strategies with trading options, right? So So yeah, Jack, we do. Again, there's a whole mix during the week. We have several different streamers, so we try to hit everybody. We do record our streams as well, so we'll do. Some days we'll do small cap, some days we'll do options. Some mornings we may do options. Some mornings we might do small caps in the afternoon. It just kind of we mix it all up. Lots of recordings, but on our website you'll see there's a couple courses. Right up here, there's a basic options course. Then we have an advanced options course. And this is going to teach you all of the basics and all the different strategies. And then for yearly members, those that are yearly members over here, they get access when they log in to our next level content. And our next level content section gives you, let me show you guys this for everybody who wants to know options. Right up over, where are we here? All right, right here. Those that want to know options, we have, again, basic options course, advanced options course. Then we have a next level library where we give you the golden nuggets. We like the golden nuggets, right? These are all little short videos on all like the different strategies. Sig killed it with all the different strategies for options in here. Because again, guys, options now, what type of options trader do you want to be? Do you want to scalp options? Do you want to do spreads? Like there's a million different strategies to do, right? So I can't tell you what's the best way to trade them because everybody's different. I like to scalp them. Sig likes to do more spreads. I like to mix it up a little bit, but I like in and out, right? So I like to come in and out, scalp options. Some people can't because they're trading at work. That's when you'd want to do spreads. And you can see all these different strategies right over here in strikes to buy. Never mind right here. Look at this section. All these are separate from our course. We have 2 courses. Look at all of these different videos on trading options. Guys, if you're not a member of our community, it's a joke. Our pricing is an absolute joke. I'm saying it. It's the truth. I mean, just if you paid full price, $300 for the year, go learn options in another trading community. They'll charge you $300 a month. A month. We charge $300 for the year. And if you look around, wink, wink, there's discounts that we offer. So like $300 for the year. And look, like this is just a loan. You're going to pay thousands of dollars. You're not even going to get this many other places. Technically, you're going to have to probably pay thousands of bucks for their coaching sessions. $300 for the year is an absolute joke. If you don't have $300 for the year, chances are you probably don't have money in your brokerage account to trade. Not trying to be insulting. It's just the truth. So if you can't afford it for the year, then they're going to whack you somewhere. But like, this is like, look at all this stuff. It's a lot of content. So going to options, that's where, again, we have all different streamers and what we teach. There's lots of different strategies. You got to say, again, if you're going to day trade, are you going to trade on a 1-minute chart with large caps? Are you going to go on a 5-minute chart? It's up to you. There's a, let me see if there's a decent setup. You got to be careful too with the Greeks that you come in on. Maybe if you risk on a small chart on like a 1-minute chart, maybe you'd look at something like this and you're like, hey, if I get in at the break of this 1-minute candle, maybe I'll sell at the pop, right? Or if you don't, this is where you got to be careful. Disney's getting that critical resistance level right up in here. When you look at a 5-minute chart, you can see the roller coaster effect, guys, right? So this is, again, spreads give you more protection when you're trading. Day trading options is very lucrative, but you have to just be aware of the volatility and all the different, things that happen with the Greeks, right? So I like to many times just kind of get in. I like to trade like little scalps off 1-minute charts, on, large cap stocks that have a tight bid-ask spread. Same thing with like a SPY. Let me see if so look right here at Disney, if it can hold that 146.79-ish. Right here. So it's a bit overextended at the moment. Let me show you guys an example. Let's go to the SPY. Just give you an example. Yeah, see, I'm not liking any of the setups at the moment. Let's go to let's look at a couple from the watch list, and then we'll see the ones that are running today above. You're welcome, Jack. Adam, I love Thinkorswim. We try to keep it we try to keep it easier for you guys. There's so many different brokers, and there's brokers banging on our door and all that kind of stuff. I personally, myself, I really like Thinkorswim. They're free trades now. They 60 cents an options contract. They have fantastic customer service. I love their charts. So I'm not a fan of there's other brokers that are better, for certain things. Like for instance, Thinkorswim, they absolutely suck for shorting. They're terrible. They have terrible short locates. If Thinkorswim ever got good short locate availability, they would destroy all the other brokers. And editable hotkeys. If they just got editable hotkeys and short locates, they would destroy these other companies. So if I ever have a chance to talk to Thinkorswim, I would say, yes, I know you probably don't care about short locates, but if you got good short locates, you'd destroy your competition, and then you'd get more customers for your 401k and IRAs. Just makes common sense. Many people will go to these other brokers and then still use Thinkorswim for charting, right? So, all right. So bottom line, Best Buy, it's creeping up. It's kind of a possible pennant pattern. Needs to get above that 50 SMA and see if it can go red to green. So it's creeping. Right now I don't like it. Johnson & Johnson. Again, so remember I was showing you guys, just because it's selling off, don't ignore it, right? Selling off, possible reversal up. Now you got to watch and see if it, at some point, if it can clear up above the MAs and go red to green. And BBBY, this one's still tanking. So those are ones from the watch list, a bunch of garbage. Let's take a look at some more larger caps. Let's see, first of all. Yeah, not good. Let's look at AMD. So AMD right now, rejecting right above $40. No coincidence, because it is a whole dollar amount. Let's take a look at the daily. Put some support right above this candle here, that 39.32. Right down over in here. So now at this point, watch the 9 EMA for AMD. See if it forms a bull flag within this 9 EMA for a breakout above 40. Right? For those, just to show you guys with shorting, if you were to short or go negative on a stock, take the inverse on days like today. Again, this is where if you're scalping intraday going short, you see right here, there's kind of tweezer tops, reversal candles when the stock is very far away from the MAs. This is where you can see kind of a spinning top candle and kind of another one right up here. This is where technically if you're shorting, you'd like to see a good 5-minute setup where you can see the highs right up over in here. You can take a short below a candlestick right here using a close above that as your stop. Just be aware of obviously bounces off moving average lines, right? So, or again, that's if you were to take it the safest way down here. If you want to catch a top, you get an earlier entry right below the whole dollar amount. So this is kind of one of those, do you try to go and right as it rejects, hit it right down on a 1-minute chart? This all depends whether you're a 1-minute or a 5-minute trader. You can see right up here, kind of bull flags up, Now you have that spinning top. You see how then it bounced up. If you took a short below right here, it then bounced right back up, so it could trick you out a little bit. But technically, if you want to go safest on a 5-minute, you see a reversal right here below on a 5-minute chart. And then you got to decide, right, on a 1 minute or a 5 minute if you're going to take profits. If you're trading, if you were doing a straight like weekly put on something like this, consider taking your profits quickly, because then you get that bounce and then it whacks you all around, right? I'm not sure, Adam, with Forex. Robinhood, some people love them, some people don't. Me personally right now, I'm just it's kind of like with Robinhood, if you're going them for 0 commissions and now TD does 0 commissions, I just recommend TD. Like I said, I think TD, if they could just honestly, if they just got short locates and editable hotkeys that are better. Sorry guys, my brain's fried right now. I'm just trying to catch up for you guys. As you can see, I'm trying to show you guys all different ways here. Best time of day to trade options. That's subjective, right? So the market hours are still best 9 to 11 and 3 to 4, right? So if you're day trading options, 9 to 11 for day trading options, really good time. If you're looking to get a good swing setup, this is where come in the afternoons. That's where, you'll see right again, all the stuff that's running today. When we start streaming in the afternoons from, 2 to 4, you're going to see VWAP setting up, patterns are going to set up, trend lines are going to be set up for the day. Then you might get a good entry as to, again, the stock, maybe the market will reverse, move back up again. Then you have some better setups for if you're looking to swing trade, or as you can see, guys, just keep an eye on the bounce off the 9 EMA in a 5 minute. See if you can get above that 39.87 level. So for in the afternoons, your setups might be good for, catching a spread for the following day or a couple days later, depending if you're a little bit longer of a swing, a swing trader, so day trading in the mornings, good setup for scalps where you could trade perfect example. This is the perfect example right here. Just what I was showing you guys, bull flags, right? So just kind of reset. Let me just teach you guys something here because it's been a crappy day. Try to teach you something that'll help you. Look for the bull flags. If you're brand new, look for bull flags. Stock goes up, and look for these small little flag plays back down to moving average lines right here. I'd like to see ideally a little bit better of a candlestick, so maybe I would look at you're welcome. I'd look more of right here, so you see a flag back right here, then you could look at a entry right above that green candle. And then here's the thing, guys, especially with day trading options, right? If you use a candle below the 9 as your stop, we don't know. Just because you got in an entry back here doesn't mean your option's going to be up over here with the Greeks. It could be all messed up, right? So this is where, as it breaks out, you might want to consider taking your profits, right? So 39.03 up to 39.21, If you're scalping, don't get greedy, right? So maybe you get in on something like this. If you had 10 options contracts and it goes up 20 cents, maybe you're up 10 or 15 cents on it. You might be up 100, 150 bucks. Take your profits, watch for reentry. Let the stock pull back. Let it break out. Take your profits, let it pull back up again, pull it back again, and then these smaller candlesticks, let it kind of U-bottom, then maybe it breaks right off that hammer off the 9 EMA, and then let it break out, take your profits up here again, right? Or if you can't and you're day trading, all right, then use a 5 minute, so this is where you would, these 1 minutes have really nice bull flags. You guys see, this is the stuff I love. This is what I love to trade. Just these nice little bull flags back. So if you wanted to scalp, you can kind of, again, I like to see them a little bit right on here. See that one right here? Boom. Bull flag. So bull flag, I would day trade that and get out. Hold on. Lots of people asking questions. Love it, Jack. Awesome to have you. Look at the bull flags, right? So bull flag, if you wanted a day trade option, so something like this, just to give you an example, guys, what I'm showing you here, do not go and do it with a live account. Practice. I'm going to show you just a strategy to do. Not saying it's the best, not saying it's the only. I just want to give you a simple strategy to look at and to practice with and see if it works for you. If you want to come in and really scalp options quickly using, let's say, a 1 minute chart, and you can almost use it as like a hotkey kind of setup. If you go to the trade tab, just say like AMD, let's say you were, looking to trade a 1 minute bull flag breakout. You can go to the trade tab, go to a weeklies that expire about a week or so. Give yourself a little bit of time. Maybe, what is it, 22nd is this Friday. Maybe you come out to the, choose a weekly on a Friday, give yourself enough time. And then look for a really tight bid-ask spread, right? So, you can see 3 cents, 4 cents. I'd probably, practice, as I'm telling you guys, practice in a virtual account first. Then when you master a strategy, go to a live account and trade with, let's say 1 options contract. If you get good, then move up to 5 or 10, depending on your size account. Do not do this whatsoever until you practice it. But just if you're new and you're like, hey, how can I day trade options? You can go to weekly, a week or two out, depending on your budget, depending on the movement. But if you wanted to get in really quickly, I have multiple screens set up. So I have another screen set up with a chart. So I'd see the options chain and the chart. But if you wanted to get in and out really quickly, when you see the setup, let's say in a 1 minute, you could either just click on the ask right here, get close to at the money or 1 strike in the money, click on buy the ask, and you can see right here, limit order. If you wanted to get in, I only suggest doing this on really, really tight bid ask spreads on large stocks. I'd say maximum 10 cents, but ideally less than 5 cents. And then you can change it from limit to market. And then you can click right as it's kind of like, picture it like a small cap stop, like a bull flag pulling back as it's about to break out. And the pattern's set up really good. Then I click confirm and send. So I change it to market, confirm and send. And if I'm going to trade it on a 1 minute, then immediately after I confirm and send it, I literally will go up to my monitor tab, find the order, click a sell order, and then I would change the sell order to market, and then I would watch it, right? And if I'm trading it on that 1 minute, I'm trying to scalp really quick, I might be in it for a minute or two, and then sell it and get out. That's, again, only in a 1 minute strategy. Just remember, you have to almost picture or trade it like, did you just make that word up? Proforming? No. I don't click shift and move. Yeah, I'm just trying to show you kind of again, it's just one way to do it. Does this make sense, guys? I'm trying to show you how to get in and out of an option, to trade it like a hotkey. Just remember, picture this strategy like a low float stock. So you know how a low float stock will pump and dump really quickly? Picture this strategy like the same way. If you get on that hotkey in a 1 minute, picture that you could be up really quickly on the options contract and down really quickly. That's why you want to have a good entry, and then decide whether you're getting out. If you have room, you can get in on the 1 minute and get out on a 5 as long as you have room to go. Just be aware it's going to be like volatile. The options contract will go like you'll be up and down really quickly. But if you have a small account, right, and you want to kind of go and you're not trying to get greedy, again, we try to teach you guys, don't try to copy all the gurus out there making $1,000 to $10,000 a day. You're not going to do that unless you have a $100,000, $200,000 account. But if you have a $5,000 or $10,000 account, grow it by, even like you can trade these bigger cap stocks, and it goes up, and you might be up. If you had 10 contracts and you're up 50 to $100, right? Take your profit. Let it reset. Do that a couple, 2-3 times a week. Now you grow your account $200-$300, right? A week. Slowly grow it. Don't get all greedy. So again, yeah, you can. You can. I'm not an expert with that, Danny Dog. I'm there. Like, yeah, there's sell orders you can put in. There's so many different ways. SIG is a really good one with all the different stuff with stops and all that. I hate losing money. I hate it. Even if I'm down $20, I just hate it. I hate losing money. I do not like it. So that's why with me, I'll cut my losses really quick. So, if I did this strategy right here and then it turns right against me real quick, I'll take the tiny loss, even if it'll go up again. I just don't like losses. I hate it. That's just me. I'm a scalper. Or again, guys, with our watch list and we put stuff out there, spreads, you can do, who's talking here? Yep. Yeah. So Rose, again, she doesn't like giving them. I hate it. I hate losses. I just do not like it. But again, that's just me. That doesn't mean I'm right. I'm just showing you one way of something to look at, guys. Just a way to day trade options, a different way to trade them. There's so many different ways. I know some people will see what I'm saying and say, no, that's not the right way. I do it this way. Whatever works for you guys, right? I'm not trying to hit big home runs. Like, I just kind of scalp. Maybe I could make more doing it a different way, but I don't care. I'm trying to go in, get out, right? So if you're not, this is trying to show you guys, because there's so many people listening, right? So there's, scalping low float stocks or scalping large cap stocks that are like low float stocks, meaning they run like it. So if you do this, it's going to run like a low float stock in the volatility of it. You could be up 5 cents one moment and down 4 cents the next within a minute candle. Doesn't mean it won't continue up. It just, remember, just be aware that the Greeks are going to make it feel like it is trading a high float, like a low float stock. So don't just think, hey, if I just day trade option this, I get in and it's just going to keep going up. It's crazy. But if you have the proper risk management, cut your losses if the trade goes against you. So if you see a bull flag and it doesn't break out and it fails, cut your losses soon. All right, I got about 5 more minutes in me and then I am burnt. I need to take a nap or a walk or something. Does this help you guys? I hope this is it's giving you guys a little bit of, I'm just showing you I try to make it as simple as possible, because I know when you come into the world of options and trade, there's so many strategies. This is one specific way to scalp and practice in a virtual account. We tell people, there's some new traders and we hear it all the time, right? Oh, wow. I got $100,000 on my paper trading account. Cool. Hey, I made $15,000 today on my paper account. Who gives a crap? You're never going to do that in the real world, right? You're not going to do that in the real world. So don't congratulate yourself and pat yourself on the back as you made $50,000 in your paper account that day. You're never going to do that. You'll throw up and you'll can't stomach the emotions of that. So don't do that. That's a stupid way to trade. Just listen to me, please. Treat your virtual account 100% the exact way that you would trade a real account. Invest your emotions into it. Invest the proper stop levels. Take the proper, if you want to make, $200 a day, break it down to him looking to make 10 cents a trade or 20 cents a trade. I'm willing to, what's your stop losses? Stick to your plan, right? Treat your virtual account like you would your real account. When you're comfortable doing that, then go to real money and start small. So if you're going to trade 1,000 shares per day in a real account, start with 100. And now TD does zero commissions, or a lot of these brokers do. Focus on, making your commissions back in a trade. Do a bunch of trades that way. Then move up to 250 shares, then to 500, then go to 1,000 shares. That makes sense? Don't try to hit home runs. So that kind of like the way I was showing you guys with scalping, that's just a way to kind of slowly grow your account. Hit your $100, if you had 10 options contracts, these move, if they move, and a lot of them with one candle, you'll be up 10, 15 cents. You might be up 150, $200 within a minute. Sell. Take the $200. Let it pull back. Could you make 500 if you stayed in longer? Sure. But, sell at the top of the candles, the flagpoles. Watch for a reversal back down. That's where, again, you'll give up profits along the way. I'm just showing you ways to scalp. Kind of tiny ways to scalp. Like I said, I would just go in maybe on something. If the pattern forms, I'd go at the money or one strike below. Really tight bid ask spread. Right click. I could do right click buy in single, or I can just click the ask right here. Change it to market order, and then wait. When it's about the bull flag breakout, boom, I confirm and send. And then I immediately go up to my monitor tab. I right click. I put my sell order. So I would change this to sell, change it to market, wait for, yes, I will take a look for you. Wait for a possible reversal. Boom, market, confirm and send, get out. I only, again, please listen to me. I only do this on very large cap stocks with ideally less than a 5-cent bid ask spread. Guys, if you went in on 10 options contracts on a large cap stock like that, again, it might go up 10, 15 cents in a minute or two. You're up 100, 150 bucks. Sell, take your profits, look for entry. Right? Someone asked for McDonald's, right? Rose, McDonald's. MCD. All right. Ooh. Possible, well, right up here, look for resistance right around that 195.89. And my mouse is killing me. Some support right around 195. Possible double bottom. Careful that 195.89. Let's go to the daily rate. No surprising. Right below that 20 EMA is right here. So the 20 EMA on the daily is hovering right up over here. So if it continues up, be very careful at that 195.89. But remember, if you're new, guys, you can see in a 5-minute, very overextended. I'd like to see a flag pullback. Don't buy at tops, buy at support. Buy at support, sell at resistance. So watch for pullback if you get one. So if you're long on McDonald's, that's where you got to say, okay, are you getting out on a 1 minute or a 5 minute? On a, this is where it can be tricked out. You can see this and be like, oh, it's a bull flag. It's going to break out or not. You can see right here that 195.42 right in this area. This could form an ascending triangle and break out, or it could smack down easily right back down to that 195.40s level. So it's one of those things, like if you had an entry back, right over in here, and this thing breaks out right here, now you have a shooting star candle. That's warning you of a potential reversal. It could still go up, but that's a warning sign. So 195.56 right down here. So this is a warning candle that it may want to reverse, but it can still continue up there. This is where if you're new and you're going long, you got to be very careful way out here, getting an entry out here. Could it still go up? Yes, but it's still overextended. It's these right here, guys. This is the stuff right here you want to look for. These little bull flag right here. Bull flag on a 1 minute, breakout, and sell right here. That's a perfect example of what you can do. 195.13 and now 195.47. That's 30 something cents. So you get in on a 1 minute break on a bull flag, 1 minute, 2 minutes, right here. There's your warning. Take your profit right there. You had 10 options contracts. You might be up a couple $100. Take your profit. Let it come back. In this right here, it's showing, again, warning signs. Doesn't mean it's going to fail. It's showing a warning sign. Look for the bull flags right over here. Bull flag breakout. And then right here, this has been riding the 9. So you could stay in these, if you wanted to. I still would let this thing break out. I'd take my profit out here, look for another reentry. You might have 2 or 3 scalps, right? 1, maybe 2 in here, maybe a third. And then this where it gets risky when it's way out here. Or if you can't and you're on a 5 minute chart, this is where it gets a little trickier, right? Maybe you can see everything's been very overextended in here. You'd like to see it on a 5 minute pull back to the 9 EMA. Have we real support? Is that the support for what you call it?
Hey, Lucian, real quick. Yes, members, we do have the support team with us here. So if you see in the main chat there, the support icon, he's trying to help us get the trade room back to how it should be.
Okay.
So if you wouldn't mind when he posts something there, just answer him real quick. Make sure you click on his name so it's at support. And we're trying to get it to where you can see the swing trade and off topic and everything.
So
again, thank you for working
Creed?
with us.
Should
no, you should be good. He should be able to handle everything. All of that chat will be handled in the admins tab.
This is our boy Sebastian hooking us up. So is somebody so Sterling was asking, is the end a bull flag? Right. So right now, this is where you get really tricky, right? So you have 1, 2, 3, kind of 3 to 4 bull flags already. And at this point, you got to watch and see if it can hold. You just got to be careful out here. When a stock's overextended right here, it's very far away from the 9 EMA in a 5 minute. So at this point, it's riskier out here. I personally don't like risking way out here. I just don't. I like closer to moving average lines. But if you did, you would use that 195.45 area as a stop. This is going to do something. It's going to break out and continue up, or it's going to end up failing. Now, this is a potential bull flag for sure. This looks like one. It's a possible ascending triangle as well, but this is why you want to look at the other time frames. That's on a 1 minute. On a 5 minute, this is saying shooting star. This thing wants to reverse. Doesn't mean it's going to happen when you think. This is where if somebody was to short or go bearish on the play, this is where if you use a drop below that 195.45 as a potential short, you can use a close above that as your stop, right? So, that's something to look at if you're going bearish on a stock like this. If it starts falling below right here, now watch for the retest back up, right? So just let's keep an eye on this for a second. And see, that's why many times you get the shakeout, right? It falls back down below. Now you got to look. This might form a hammer. So watch it, see if it'll fall a little bit more. But it can turn into a bull flag as well. See that? See, this is where it gets a little bit tricky, guys. But technically, if you were to look at something like this, a short below a candle, like you ideally want to see a redder candle like this form on a 5-minute. And this is where a lot of times you could get shook out. This is where tight risk management is very important. Stocks go against, remember, trades go against you, 30-40% of the time. So sometimes you could wait it out on a 5-minute, or you can say, oh, shoot, I got faked out right down here. I might cut my losses where they're short right now. Does that make sense? So this is a warning up here. You look right here and you can see it kind of fell right below here, creeped back up. Still have these spinning top candles though. And if you look out, you got to draw your trend lines as well and just kind of do, these are, see that, connect the peaks right here. So this is where it could still continue up, but sorry guys, I'm distracted. I see people posting questions here. Any more room in NVIDIA? Let me see. You're welcome, Sterling. NVIDIA. Right off the bat, I'd look at some resistance right there around 211.78. Daily chart. Yeah, it's possible for sure. Needs to clear that 211.70s area, right? And then you can see this wick right up here, that 218.35. That was pre-market the other day. If it can clear, there's still room. You can see basically almost a bullish engulfing pattern here. So there's possible bullish engulfing, holding the 9 EMA and the daily. Possible ascending triangle, just needs to clear that 212.24 area. Again, guys, just before I go, just if you're new, look for these bull flags, right? Depending on your time frame. Stock goes up, pulls that, break out, take your profits, right? Kind of pulls down here, breaks out, take your profits. Not as great right there. I like bull flags, guys. That's what I like. That's what I'm a fan of. Bull flags, bear flags, if I'm going bearish. And let's see what we got here. You're welcome, Rose. What else you guys got before I end it? Actually, let me just see anything from the watch list before I end. Oh, dang, really? Who said that? A bull bear flag for Christmas? Oh, that'd be sick. All right, so let's reset. Let's look before we end here. What's going on? Eros. That nasty looking 280 wick up there. Pre-market high of 270. 245. So Eros kind of has a kind of head and shoulders-ish failure. Kind of garbaccio at the moment. See if it can get back above VWAP. ADXS went right up, right? It failed right at resistance, fell back down, and you have kind of a double top failure. Garbaccio. BE, that one's failing. Bunch of garbaccio. Let's take a look at this one and see right here. See if it can hold at 663 level. If not, look at some support right around $6. And this one may reset. It might pull back a little bit or it might fail. At this moment, it's looking kind of bearish. What else we got? EVH, Garbaccio. But again, just because something's Garbaccio doesn't mean it might pull back for a couple days before it goes and launches, right? So just because it pulls back, it's not doing something. Watch and see if it holds, right? Kind of right in here. See if it kind of holds that 936 area before it goes and takes off. So right now, today, everything's looking like crap. But, in a day or two, watch. They might form flags, and then one or two might take off and launch. DPLO went up a little bit, had a double top failure. That one's Garbaccio at the moment. See if it can hold 380s level. And probably some down here around 360s. So this one might be a failure, or, if you still kind of draw your trend lines, So it's kind of at the peak. It may fail and fall back down, or it may break out. Again, got to learn your trend lines, watch and see if price will continue up. Support resistance patterns, very, very important. CVET, Garbaccio. But remember, guys, watch and see. Tweezer top reversal, a bit overextended. Watch if it can hold that 1370s level. So this could be tweezer top failure and smack back down, or it might form a couple candlesticks above 1377. In a couple of days, it might bull flag and then launch, right? So just keep an eye on those. They're all crap right now. Got to watch and see. Let it reset. And look at that, right? See, these are the ones, guys. I tell you guys, don't just see this now. It's 11:15. We're not paying attention. And then a stock like Johnson & Johnson's creeping up right there. Red to green. Boom, launching now. So at this point, reset. Johnson & Johnson might be turning a corner. You can see some support right around that, basically red to green. And now you can see right up in here. Johnson & Johnson might be moving. We got to watch and see. Let's take a look at futures, what futures is doing. Futures may be creeping up and going possible red to green. Nice bull flag right there off VWAP. See if it needs to get above the 200 SMA and hold. So this one might be moving up. Remember, stocks move with the market. So Johnson & Johnson might be creeping. So keep an eye on that one. BBUI. Another one maybe slowly creeping. Possible cut pattern. Pull back, right? Pull back half that candle today. And so you can see the alert didn't go off yet. Failing this morning. But then maybe creeping up. You can see right here, slowly creeping up. If it gets above that 50 SMA, watch out. Maybe this one might want to have a chance to move. Maybe it'll form an ascending triangle. Got to watch and see. And Bed Bath & Beyond. So that one rejected at the top of angular resistance, but it's still holding that 9 EMA right now. So we got to watch and see. Is it going to hold and continue above? Kind of see if there's some support levels in here. If so, watch if the buyers will come in, push it back up. So just because something's weak doesn't mean it won't go. Got to watch support resistance patterns. Very, very important. Guys, I'm burnt out. I'm tired today. I didn't do a bathroom break. I'm tired. I'm cranky. Am I cranky? I don't know. I'm tired. These streams take everything out of me. So hopefully that helps you today. Did this help you guys today? Did you learn something even though it was Garbaccio? Is everybody still alive out there?
sign.
There we go.
Hey, Lucian, real quick before you sign off, ladies and gents, we think we got it fixed. So at your leisure, after Lucian finishes up, please log out and log back in to reload, and you should be able to see everything. So thank you again for being patient, Lucian. Sorry about the constant
Oh, I
interruptions, my
don't,
friend,
dude.
but it should be fixed. So
We
good
play
stuff.
nice together, guys. We play nice. We have this whole setup where we can talk to each other, and that is great. I see lots of notifications under admins. I'm not going to read them because I know Dan will get them fixed because Dan's the man. So YouTube people, I'm going to end this stream because I want to play a song in our chat room because I like to play music, and YouTube doesn't like when I play music. So hopefully, guys, this is a nice teaser for you guys today on YouTube. Come and join us. The link is below. Hopefully you saw value. And peace out, YouTube.